Ladies and gentlemen, now is time. You have heard from the old, but it is time for the new, and we are starting with MiniMax. One of these drivers is going to be crowned the new GP plate winner of 2026, and it is time. Next to me right now, we've got Austin Oman on pole position that we will hear from in a minute, joined by Sebastian Behrman, who already knows what it feels like to win a GP plate. Austin Oman, come this way while you're getting ready. We'll let him put his cart down first. Austin, have you thought about winning the GP plate today?
Just kind of went with whatever we can get. Obviously we won the pre-final, that's why I was starting pole. We've had quite a strong weekend, been up there all week, but I think we can do the same as we did in the pre-final.
Now, you gave it all you got this morning. Do you think you're going to need more right now?
I think it'll definitely be a tougher race. I think people will definitely be harder. I think there'll be a bigger fight for the lead, and I don't think it'll be anyone near as easy.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
We'll let you get ready. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That is Austin Oman, your pole sitter for this one. Joining him on the front row is Sebastian Behrman. Sebastian, let's come your way because you're getting ready. Now, you know how it feels to win a GP plate.
Yeah.
Tell us how important it would be to win another one.
I mean, to win another one, I think it would be amazing, but it doesn't always go your way, so everyone's going to go back, everyone's going to go forward, so just to have the right mindset would be amazing, but I think to win would be great.
Now, this morning, you were disappointed with your result in the Superheat, even though you've stayed really consistent. Tell me how important it is to you to go out there on track this weekend and really get every best result you can, because that is so important.
I think you need good points, solid points, but if you have a couple bad ones, they can sometimes put you back, but sometimes put you forward. So it's not always about where you come, it's about how many points you get over the weekend.
All right, well, we are minutes away. What is going through your head right now? What are you going to be thinking when those lights go out and you are starting against Austin Oman?
I think it's going to be a great race. Everyone's going to go back, everyone's going to go forward. I mean, you need the right mindset, but I think it's going to be really good.
Great job, good luck.
Thanks.
That's it from our front row. Let's head this way down the order. Further down the order, we've got James Roots, who took a win in his heat yesterday. We've had a really consistent front few rows. This is how the drivers have got themselves to this point. However, we're going to take a little skip, and just like that, whistle has blown. The 2026 British Kart Grand Prix is underway. Let's get going.
Thank you very much, Keol. Here it is then, race number 52, the first of the Grand Prix finals at Kartmasters 2026. Austin Oman has never won one of these races before. He starts on pole position. Sebastian Behrman has. He won the micro race in 2024. James Roots and Maximilian Aberhart are on the second row of the grid. Joshua Cook and Otis Cleary go from row 3. Dean Singh Pahal and Logan Rolfe, they've never been in this position before. They start on row number 4. Oscar Kenny and Jackson Hilton go from row 5. Flynn Grantham and Chloe McGill go from row number 6. Jack Fulbrook-Harmer and Mick Clinkers on row 7. Luke Millward is alongside the only other driver apart from Behrman to have sampled a GP plate victory. That's Alfie Garrett, Micros last year. There on row number 8. Achille Nanagianone and Dimi Islanov go from row 9. Freddie Blackshaw and Eddie Duncan go from row 10. It's James Devereaux and Jensen Skeffington on row 11. Alfie Phillipson, Thomas Laidler there on row 12. William Moore, Will Eden on row 13. Soren Gallagher, Ethan Manzi on row 14. James Carver and Aurelia Simpson on row 15. Zach Andrew and Hubertus Steedhouder, they go from row 16. The last of the 34 drivers in the MiniMax Grand Prix final are Ayrton Galsworthy and Roshan Bachada. Henry, we start with the class which I still say provided the best Grand Prix of 2025. It was won by Emerson McAndrew-Uren. It was a classic. What are you expecting here today?
This could be a show stealer. We're on board with Jackson Hilton, Adam Christodoulou, Will Stevens, Tom Grice, Ryan Denton, Billy Albone, Danny Harwood, Jack Barlow, George Russell, Ross Gunn, Philip Rawson, Tom Gamble, Sam Pooley, Cian Jewis, Dexter Patterson, Jamie Day, Harry Linden, Blake Ticehurst, Finn Leslie, Cole Denham, Albie Friend, and last year's champion. Pop quiz, ladies and gentlemen, in MiniMax. It was
Emerson McAndrew-Uren.
Emerson McAndrew-Uren, new Tony Kart factory driver, who will join the list of MiniMax British Kart Grand Prix winners. 15 minutes, Andrew Mather, we're into the tram lines.
This is it then, the Grand Prix for 2026 is underway. It is a cracking start for Austin Oman, who will lead under the bridge for the first time. He's been in this position many times before. He's won races many times before. Can he keep his nerve now for the remaining 15 minutes? There will be changes. There will be stories. It's the longest race of the weekend for all of these drivers. And immediately, Henry, there's work at the front of the field. James Roots is up to P2 and was clear with the instructions there to Sam Pollitt Racing's main man. Work forward. Eyes forward. Let's take it away from the rest of these drivers.
On board with Jackson Hilton, left, right, through the Fullerton S's, chasing Logan Rolfe, lead change. That is the number 32 Dan Holland racing kart, James Roots, to the top of the pile. Everybody gets round lap number 1 cleanly without delay. Smart driving, and there's Austin Oman. Gloves are off early, ladies and gentlemen. There's no prize. Well, there is a prize for second. Nobody cares, though. All they care about is the win. Austin Oman stating his case early. That was a very, very aggressive move, Andrew, for the start of lap 2 of what is a 15 minutes plus 1 lap race. And you know what? The drivers in MiniMax leading by example. Nobody has raced their way out of Kartmasters on lap number 1. Yes, the back markers, but they're all still in it and in contention. At the moment, a 5-second penalty from Austin Oman for Austin Oman would put him last. All 34 drivers running in one big pack. It won't last forever. We will get drivers filtered out one by one, group by group. There is James Roots back to the inside, and Oman tucks in, and Beerman trying to go around the outside of his teammate on the banking. That is the first real move from Joshua Cook, who now moves into what is 4th position. And there's the Coles racing number 61 of Maximilian Abrahart waiting as well. Dean Sigbahal, Oscar Kenny, Logan Rolfe, and our camera cart, Jackson Hilton, all within 1.5 seconds of the race leader.
Good solid start this from the MiniMax drivers. 12.5 minutes to go. There's Logan Rolfe ahead of us. The last time he raced in a big final at this circuit, he won his maiden round of the British Championships. He's the PF plate holder. He knows how to win around this circuit. He's in 8th place at the moment. Not a bad place to be. We talk about that win for McAndrew-Uren 12 months ago, and he had to hurt. He had to go through the hard times, a little bit like England's national football team at the World Cup. It's not going to be plain sailing all the way. Don't count out drivers who are, skirting around 5th through 10th at the moment. Not good news, though, for Dean Singh Pahal. Plus 5-second penalty for the 1-2-3.
Nope. Plus 10-second penalty for Dean Singh Pahal. 2 5-second penalties, and now any penalty is a game over. Austin Oman back to the race lead at hairpin number 1. Watch Beerman try for the crossover move. Abrahart is there. Dean Singh Pahal in cart number 1, 2, 3 is 6th. He's got a 10-second penalty. At the moment, Pahal defending 6th position is allowing the top 5 to break away. This is the time for Oscar Kenny, for Logan Rolfe and Jackson Hilton. They've got to go now. They've got to go. Pahal is not a factor. He will race how he races. He's entitled to defend. He's not got a blue flag. Oh, and that was Behrman bouncing over the curb. But for Hilton and the drivers in front of him, Rodford Kennedy, they've got to get past Ian Singh Pahal now because Pahal is defending. And there's the first Slim Shady on the banking. Take a bow, Austin Oman.
10.5 minutes of this race to go. Downhill towards hairpin 1 they go. Oman will defend. Opens up the corner. That's good stuff as through comes Maximilian Eberhardt with the Travis Perkins logo on the top of his crash helmet. He's there in third place now. How much would it mean for Coles Racing to win this race? How much would it mean to James Roots, who retakes the race lead through the Fullerton S's? Here comes Eberhardt. This is where Oman's got to stay calm. This is going to happen. These drivers are all going to suffer at some stage of this race in terms of their hopes of taking that GP plate and that £600 prize back home with them. There's still a long way in this race to go. Great stuff from Oscar Kenny. Oscar Kenny has got through into 6th place. That is keeping the Hunter Motorsport duo of himself and Jackson Hilton. They're still in this. They're in 6th and 7th places at the moment. 8th at the moment for Logan Rolfe.
They've got to stop racing side by side if they want to stay in it. They've got to stop defending and battling against each other, which is what they're doing. There they now, the 2 Hunter Motorsport karts. Pahal has fallen down to 18th on the road. Alfie Garrett slides at the inside. So it's now the 2 Hunter Motorsport teammates with in tow. Oh no! Oscar Kenny, 5-second penalty. And he is the 4th driver because Hubertus de Hooder's also got a 5-second penalty, but Hubertus is down outside the top 25 at the moment. 2 potential Kartmasters champions. Penalties in the Grand Prix. Kenny and Pahal, they will not be MiniMax GP plate holder 2026. Joshua Cook moves into 2nd place, but as they're all squabbling, look up the road, ladies and gentlemen, because James Roots, it's his birthday and he is trying to clear off. What a birthday present that would be. The Roots is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. We're 3 wide into the 2nd hairpin. Maximilian Eberhardt does a 3 wide naughty cutback coming out of hairpin number 2. And here comes our camera cut, Hilton. And quite sensibly, I don't know if word has got to Oscar Kenny or if there's been a signal, or if he's seen on the big start-finish board that he's got a penalty, but he has let his teammate Jackson Hilton go. And do you know something? Kenny might even be acting as a little bit of a rear gunner, because Kenny has now got Austin Oman trapped behind him. He's now got Otis Cleary, Logan Rolfe, Eddie Duncan, Alfie Garrett, Luke Millward and Mick Clinkers trapped behind him. This is important now for Austin Oman. Austin Oman's got to go, and he's got to go now.
It's got to go indeed. It's not done yet. I've got to be honest, Henry, this is a very different kind of final to what I was expecting here for MiniMax. I was not expecting one driver off the front of the field by over a second. Eberhardt clearing the mind there with Joshua Cook. This is not the time to fight. This is the time to put rivalries aside. Nobody remembers who finishes 2nd in a Grand Prix final most of the time. They've got to work together to close that gap down.
Wow.
Now, the question is, what's the setup like for James Roots? This is really good pace in the middle phase of the race. Is he taking care of the tyres? The temperature's good for today, 18 degrees Celsius, not too hot. But if James gets a little overexcited, brings the temperatures up a little bit too much on that 32 machine, he could start to fade in the second half of the race. Eberhardt's looking down the inside of Joshua Cook, who knows how to win the big race as a Rotax Grand Finals champion a few years ago. Up to 3rd now,
Hilton.
Jackson Hilton, who's been the surprise so far this week, was a heat winner back on Friday. Could he have the longevity in this race to challenge Cook and Roots ahead?
This is proving that all the hard work that Reese and Kai Hunter put in up at Karting Northeast at Warden Law, to get the team right, to get the power right from the Venator Racing engines. Hilton is still got a chance for the Hunter Motorsport team. Here he is. He's got Josh Cook in front of him. He's going to try and lean. He's not close enough to actually push Cook through the Bruno Ferrari S's. James Roots' lead, 1.16 seconds. Hilton gets a great drive. Hilton's kart is handling very well.
Very well.
Look how little track he was able to use. The kart didn't wash out up the banking. It didn't bog down and grip up on the inside line. He was able to maintain the same amount of momentum as Joshua Cook was. And even though Joshua Cook was running a higher and in theory freer line, all 34 drivers still in this race.
Chloe McGill's picked up a 5-second penalty. There won't be Kartmasters glory for the young lady from Scotland this year, but it's been a commendable effort on her debut in MiniMax. She'll be back for more in 2027. Less than 5 minutes of this final to go now. Lap times, we're going to have a look at them here, Henry, because this is going to be telling for James Roots. James Roots comes over the line, does a 60.83. Josh Cook turns in a 60.67. He was 0.2 quicker than James Roots that time around. That is good news for the chasing pack. That gap that was around 1.25 seconds is coming down. They've got 4.5 minutes to go. If they can keep the momentum up here, there's still a very good chance they catch the race leader.
Yes, because you know that Jackson Hilton, if Jackson Hilton can get to Josh Cook, he will not try and pass him. Hilton knows if he tries to pass Josh Cook, that's it, game over. He must push Cook up to the race leader. Sebastian Behrman, likewise, must work with Jackson Hilton. Oscar Kenny is still there in the number 148 kart, 5th overall, but with a time penalty. So he is, we don't know what to say. He's an outlier. He can affect the results of this. If he can try and help his teammate, he will, but he doesn't want to hinder anyone else's race too badly. Abrahart 6th on the road, Rolf 7th, Cleary 8th, Eddie Duncan 9th, Alfie Garrett 10th, Austin Oman 4.2 seconds off the lead, P11. Last year, it was the pre-final where it all went wrong for Austin Oman. He stormed back in the final, but it was too little, too late. This year, the superheat went perfectly for Austin, and it's the Grand Prix itself where things have not gone right.
James Roots responding with good pace through the first sector. Only lost 0.04 of his lead to Joshua Cook that time around. But as Cook closes in, the slipstream will get stronger and stronger for KR Sports lead man. These big teams, these talented drivers, they're closing in now on James Roots. Can he hold on for another 2 minutes and 40 seconds of this race? The lap times that time around 60.96 for Roots, 60.72 for Cook, 60.68 for Jackson Hilton. There's a move for 4th place on the road. Oscar Kenny's got ahead of Sebastian Behrman. Does Oscar Kenny get to the back of his teammate Jackson Hilton and go, right, if I can't win the Grand Prix, I'll help you, Jackson, to take the GP plate back up to Warden Law, to Karting North East. Jackson Hilton's got good pace as well. He just needs to be a little bit closer. This is going to be an interesting phase of this next lap or so, Henry.
This is where we see how important team signals are. Have Hunter Motorsport got a signal for Oscar Kenny to say, you've got a penalty, so push your teammate? And if they do, will it get delivered in time for Oscar Kenny to read, copy, understand, and do the job? Joshua Cook. Before Joshua Cook won a round of the British Karting Championship, he had won a British O-Plate title. He'd won the International Rotax Trophy. He'd won the Grand Finals. He'd won the Golden Trophy. He had won every single major, single one-off event in the world of Micromax and Minimax racing, apart from this one, before he even won a round of the British Championship. He is a big game player, is Josh Cook, and he's not done yet. With just over 60 seconds to go, Cook and Hilton and Kenny have caught James Roots. Now the dinner bell has been rung. Cook will get a chance to take a bite out of Roots.
It's going to be 2 more laps. 2 more laps of this Grand Prix in MiniMax 950. Over the line comes James Roots. He checks over his shoulder. He looks calm, though, to me, Henry. The body language is good. He's not tightening up. Kenny is pushing his teammate now, Hilton. That's great tactics from the Hunter Motorsport duo. Is it going to be enough to take them to Grand Prix glory? Off of the bridge, Joshua Cook is what? 2 kart lengths, 1 kart length, 0 kart lengths behind the leader, has gone for the race lead and taken it. Brilliant stuff from Joshua Cook. Is that the move that makes him the Grand Prix winner? He's got 1.5 laps to hold on to this lead.
The clock strikes 0. Joshua Cook, you don't win a Grand Finals, an O-Plate, an international trophy without knowing when to make a decisive move. Josh Cook knew he may only get 1 opportunity, so he took it. It wasn't about whether it was too early, he took it, and now he will control the final lap from the front. Cook, Roots or Hilton, with Behrman in 5th and Kenny playing spoiler. Onto the banking one more time, Roots goes to the high line. Cook defends across the bridge, Andrew Mather. MiniMax, it ebbed and flowed, and here is the crescendo.
It'll be the hard defence down towards the first hairpin. That's another overtaking spot overcome by Joshua Cook. Here's the next one. He's opened the door though, and there's a touch between the 2 leaders. Here comes Jackson Hilton. Here he comes. It's the same point where Emerson McAndrew-Wren won this last year. He's taken the race lead through the Fullerton S's. 3 more corners to go. Cook slings it down the inside. Switched back by Jackson Hilton. He's got 2 corners to go. Is the GP plate heading back up the M1? Yes. 2 corners, 1 corner. Jackson Hilton is your winner. There's a crash in the background. Jackson Hilton becomes the newest holder of a GP plate. He takes it in MiniMax, and it was spot on from the Hunter Motorsport pair of Jackson Hilton and Oscar Kenny. Kenny will drop down the order, but he had a big part to play in that one, Henry. Jackson Hilton, the 45, wins in MiniMax. What a race.
You've got to show no pity at Switchback City. Karting Northeast and Warden Law. Abrahart, there is the highs and the lows. And his dad there just trying to calm him down. There is no consoling Maximilian Abrahart. And that is the best coaching you can receive. But Jackson Hilton, I can hear the champagne corks being popped by Matty Hunter, by Joe Bradley, by all the crew, by Paul and everyone up at Karting Northeast who opened their doors. And when we go to Warden Law, the home of Hunter Motorsport, we are the most welcomed group of people it's possible to be. And they, Hunter Motorsport, the People's Republic of Tyne and Weir, have a GP plate to their name, and that is 1 out of 1 for our camera cart. So when Ian Williams goes to try and fit the camera to your cart, it's a winning camera, so you don't kick off at him. What a way to start the Grand Prix here at Kartmasters 2026. Kenny will drop to an officially 12th, I believe. But I don't know what other drivers in there will have penalties as well. There were a raft. But what we do know, Andrew, is that subject, of course, to post-race scrutineering, Jackson Hilton for Hunter Motorsport is your 2026 MiniMax Uptonsteel Kartmasters British Kart Grand Prix champion.
What a roller coaster for the young man from Halifax. He started on Friday on pole position in timed qualifying. He took one of those early heat wins, but we said the drivers in MiniMax at some point in that final across the whole week that they'd have to suffer. That was yesterday for Jackson Hilton when he had a P25 in his third heat, and it looked like it was just starting to unravel. But he brought it back at just the right time. And now this will be a very special moment, Henry Baudet. He's just been told by David Manchester to drive out the repair area, not at the back of the field. That's normally how you take that little bit of tarmac, but to make this beautiful drive through the Mike Wilson complex and down to that big gold P1 board.
Just ride on board. This is what a Kartmasters winner sees. A horde of press, photographers, camera ops. Dan Ashton. He's got Rude Boy on the back of his crash helmet. I haven't sung all Kartmasters yet, but Rude Boy Hilton is a champion at Kartmasters. Sebastian Behrman will be classified second. And on the podium for Dan Holland Racing, Otis Cleary. Oscar Kenny gets a penalty. Logan Rolfe finished 5th on the road. James Roots 6th on the road. Eddie Duncan 7th on the road. Austin Oman, Josh Cook and Luke Millward with the top 10 on the road. Mick Clinkers, Alfie Garrett, Dean Singh Pahal, Jack Fulbert-Harmer and the rest.
A first Kartmasters podium for Otis Cleary. He was 4th in 2023 in MiniMax. Knows this circuit really, really well. That will be a very special moment for that young man. And 3 very well-deserving drivers on the podium here in MiniMax. Henry, you listed out that list of drivers. Many of them have gone on to great careers. What will we see from Jackson Hilton in the future? Well, let's find out how he feels first. Keogh Lynch, over to you.
And just like that, our first 2026 GP plate has been won, and it goes to Jackson Hilton. If he has a second for us. Jackson, tell me how this feels, because the commentary team called you the dark horse this weekend. You've kept it consistent. You've been where you needed to be. You kind of flew under the radar. How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, from the start, obviously, I knew everyone ahead was going to battle, so I knew I had a very good chance to obviously get on and join in with the battle.
And that moment in Hairpin 2, where about 5 of you all came together, please tell me what was going through your head in that moment when it was really possible for you to win this GP plate.
I was really just thinking to hold my place in 3rd so no one would overtake me, and then see what I can do until the chicane in the second half.
Now, what is left for you for the rest of the year, Jackson Hilton? What is this going to take you on to do?
Loads of things. I don't know.
How are you going to celebrate? He doesn't know right now what he's going to do in the long future. In the near future, how are you going to celebrate with your family?
I don't know. Whatever they want to do.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, I have a gift to give you. There is your 2026 GP plate. Show the camera. Congratulations. Let's see if we can catch a word with our 2nd and 3rd place. 2nd place was Oscar Kenny, I believe. Oscar, can we get you to come for a chat? Now, congratulations. It's always difficult not being in that 1st place. We know that you're all just racing for that GP plate, but how do you feel?
I feel great. I think it was a good drive back because obviously at the start I got knocked back. I just had to drive through.
And tell us, because this GP plate is so important for you all, but to be mature enough to accept that you're happy with how you drove this weekend, are we going to see you come back and fight for another?
Hopefully. I mean, next year I think I might move up to juniors, so hopefully I can come top 3.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Sebastian Behrman too. Gutting for him to not win another GP plate for himself. However, it is time for some more racing. Let's get back to it.